This is the story of three paper tigers, Ed Markey, Jeff Merkley, and J.D. Vance versus one reasonably fearless CEO, Norfolk Southern's Alan Shaw. Their recent train derailment in East Palestine directly impacted a community of 25,000 residents and indirectly affected hundreds of thousands more. Not to mention, of course, the disastrous environmental impacts across all domains. By the way, since that derailment, there were more. Before we dive in, though, let's set the stage. Norfolk Southern could easily afford to repair the damages that they have caused. The organization isn't exactly in danger of bankruptcy. Pause to see their revenue, gross profit, and net income. Of their available cash, $3.1 million went to lobbying, which may or may not grant them special considerations. J.D. Vance will actually speak to that in just a minute. In addition, they are happily taking money from taxpayers in form of subsidies and low-interest loans. And of course, like any other upstanding American company, they also bought back stocks to the tune of $14 billion. Meanwhile, CEO Alan Shaw earns $16.6 million at a ratio of 154 to 1 compared to his workers. Okay, the stage is set. Let's look at the matchup of those three paper tigers versus one reasonably unfazed CEO. The clip is actually from the New York Times.
Will you commit to compensating affected homeowners for their diminished property values?
Pardon me, Senator, I'm committing to do what's right.
Well, what's right is a family that had a home worth $100,000 that is now worth $50,000 will probably never be able to sell that home for $100,000 again. Will you compensate that family for that loss?
Senator, I'm committing to do what's right.
That is the right thing to do. These are the people who are innocent victims, Mr. Shaw.
Will you pledge today that you will do no more stock buybacks until a raft of safety measures have been completed to reduce the risk of derailments and crashes in the future?
Senator, I will commit to continuing to invest in safety.
This is an industry that enjoys special subsidies that almost no industry enjoys. This is an industry that enjoys special legal carve-outs that almost no industry enjoys. This is an industry that just 3 months ago had the federal government come in and save them from a labor dispute. It was effectively a bailout, and now they're claiming before the Senate and the House that our reasonable regulation, our reasonable legislation is somehow a violation of the free market. Well, pot, meet the kettle, because that doesn't make an ounce of sense. You cannot claim special government privileges. You cannot ask the government to bail you out and then resist basic public safety.